Hello everybody, this is part 4 of modeling a Wolfenstein scene, and in this video I'm going to be modeling these posts and this rope-like structure there. I'm going to deviate a little bit from this because I couldn't find any references exactly the same as this, so I actually created my own. And so this is what I'm going to be modeling, and if you wanted to do this, I'll provide this reference image on the Discord channel, and I'll give you a link to that. I can't say for sure how long it'll be there, so if you see this video sometime down the road and the Discord server is not there anymore, you might not be able to do that, but you could potentially take a screenshot of this. See that? So that's what I'm going to be doing right there. Okay, so I've moved the reference image so that the 3D cursor is at the bottom. We'll see if that's a good spot for it. And here we go. I'm going to add a plane, go into edit mode, and I'm just going to press M and merge it center. I'm going to move that vertex out to there, and I'm just going to press E to extrude and just move this up. Now I tend to press E and G, but I believe you can just press E and just pull, whatever. So maybe I'll just do that. So I'm just pressing E and I'm pulling with my mouse, and I'm just trying to get this shape. It's a little bit hard to see. It doesn't really matter. We just want something that looks like this. Now mine will probably end up being, kind of high poly, but I'm not making a game asset. This is going to be a static image, so that's going to be okay. And that's really what I need right there. So I'm going to come to the modifiers, and I'm going to use the screw modifier. I'm in the Z axis. If it ends up looking weird or something, just search around till you get the right axis. Okay. I'm also going to add a subdivision surface. I'll just do 1 for now. I might actually go up to 2. And that's what I want for my first section there. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to apply the screw modifier. Let's just have a look at this. Yeah, so you see this flip, so I'm going to select it, Alt N, recalculate outside. So it should be good to go now. Okay, it's blue. Okay, good. So let's just hide that reference image and come in here, and I'm going to add a few edge loops by pressing Control R and just dragging them into place where I want them to sharpen it up a little bit. And I'll do a little bit more than that as well, because this is a piece of metal. Let's come up to there. And just do whatever. The dog's chasing a mouse. Just do that. Okay, so I've got that piece there. I'll bring back that. And what I'm going to do now is select that, look from the front. I'll go into wireframe. Let's try just extruding it up and see. Yeah, it's a pretty good thickness. I'll come up to there, and I'll leave that, and I'll press E to extrude, and I'll come up again. Just pull it up to the next one. To about there. E to extrude. I'll come up to here. I'm going to press 1 for vertex selection. It's easier to see. E and S. Pull that in. To about there. E and come up. And that's fine. That's fine right there. Back into solid view, and I'll hide the reference image and put in some edge loops again. Just like this. Do another one up there. We'll need some sporting edge loops down here. Down there. Maybe another one down there. Shift Alt and click there, and come up to the other one. And we're going to bevel these to give ourselves a little space. I'll select them both so they're the same size. I'll pull, Go like that. E and Alt S, and we will pull in. Okay, and maybe the easiest way is to grab them, and the other ones and bevel them. Like that. Control B, we'll pull. I'll roll my mouse up one, and I'll bring down an edge loop here. It's way up there, so G and Z, or G and Z, either way. Have that. I'll pull one up there, so we'll have that. And here, we'll just come down, pull this one up like that. Okay, so there's that main piece right there. All right, turn that back on, look from the front, and I'm gonna do this thing here, which isn't, I don't see it in the original diagram. I couldn't tell how this connected, and so this seems to be a common way, and so I'm just gonna make that. So the way I'm gonna do that is just take any edge there, so that one's shifty. I'll pull it up, scale it out to the approximate size. P to break it out, so that's a separate object. And we're going to look at that thing there, so I'm just going to press the slash key to focus on that. And now I'm going to press E and S, come in a little bit. I'm not using the diagram for this, I'm just going to do it. I want a section here that I'm going to make the holes in, so I want some polys there. I want some polys there, and the rest of it's going to be covered by the pole, you see, just like that. So I'm going to use these parts to make those holes. Okay, so let's do that. Let's say hit the slash key again, and press 3 for face selection, and C for paint select, and I'm going to grab 3s, leaving a space in between, just like that. Okay, and I think I will just delete those faces and select everything and extrude it up. And I suppose I could be doing this on the diagram, so let's do that. So I'm just going to move it to the center roughly and scale this in the Z a bit more, a bit thicker. Okay, let's focus on that again. And with it all selected, Alt N, recalculate outside, and let's check this. Yeah, okay, that looks good. And now I'm going to drop an edge loop there, and just right in the middle, wherever it lands. And then I'm going to select them again, and we'll bevel to create supporting edges. Control B and pull. And I just want one. I mean, I want two. One on each end, like that. The middle doesn't really matter. In fact, I can actually delete those faces. They're not going to be seen. And I'll come here, and I'll bevel the same way. Like that. That's shade smooth. Let's see what we got. And I really do want to bump that up to 2. And let's save. And here's what we've got so far. Just like that. Okay, cool. Now I'm going to come up here, and I'm going to Shift Alt and click and set my 3D cursor right there. I can bring that back, and we're going to create this part. I'm going to use a UV sphere, and I'm going to go for, I think, 12 and 8 sections. Doesn't really matter that much. Scale it down and bring it into position. Roughly like that, and Control 1. I got different levels of subdivision on this thing, so we may adjust that later. And I'm just going to pull it in so it looks like that. Maybe I'll bring this up. Okay, that's fine. So I would have that part there. Let's hide that. See how it's going. Make sure everybody is oriented right. And they are. Okay, cool. So I want to make this piece here. And the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to just want to look at this and decide if I like this or not. I think I'll bring an edge loop in here, but this one I'm going to scale back a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to Shift Alt and click all those, I think, and Shift D, pull them out, P and break them out. And for this part, because it is on an angle, I'm just kind of just do it the way I see it. So I'm going to bring it down, something like that. And this piece I'm going to, I will press E and S, will come in a ways, like that. Let's shut that off. And then let's Control B and pull like this and roll my mouse up quite a bit, like that. And then I'll take this and extrude it up. And let's come back to this. I want to make it too big. Well, that's fine. We can do that, and then we can see. So I'm going to press E and S and come in and F. And I'm just going to sharpen this up now a little bit. And this edge here, I'm just going to bring. I want to do that. E and S. I want to just bring it in a little bit. The rope is going to go in there, but just so that it looks like it's got a little bit of thickness, I'll just bring that down like that. Okay. All right. Good. And now let's select that. Shift S, cursor selected to bring a 3D cursor there, and bring in a torus, and go for 12 and I don't know, 8. Scale it down. Let's rotate X 90. Control 1. Something like that. So that's got one subdivision, that does. And I think I can just join those. So it's going to Control J for that. And now I'll start working on the rope. One subdivision, 2, 1. I think I can just go ahead and join those. Okay, so I've got that piece there, and maybe I'll rename that post. And what I'm going to do is Shift C to bring the 3D cursor back to the middle, and I'm going to move that out so I can mirror this. So I'm going to set the origin to the 3D cursor right there, and just click mirror, and I'm mirroring across the X. And I don't really know how far apart I want these to be, so I'm just going to kind of wing it for the moment. So with the 3D cursor there, I'm going to press Shift A, curve, path, and go into edit mode and scale it down a little bit until these outer vertices are roughly at the post for now. I'll bring it up to about the level. Actually, I'm going to pull that in, and I select the middle dot and the 2 dots there, and I pull it down. Kind of so it sags down like that. Okay, so that's a curve, so I come over to the curve dialog box under geometry and bevel and just start bringing that up. And I realize I'm not using the diagram at all. I could be. And so what I'll do is make this selectable again, and I'll just slide it over like this, and we're close. And that's all. I just need that as a reference, so I'll shut that off for now. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I want to attach that to this thing. And so I'm going to come in here, I'm going to select that point. It is just a curve so far. So my 3D cursor was down there. So I'm going to take this and set the origin to the 3D cursor, and then geometry to origin. And I'm close. And now I'm just going to go R and rotate. And that's why I closed it off a little bit there. Okay, so we're close to what we want. what I'll do now is I will press Shift C again. Sorry, Shift C, bring my 3D cursor there. With that one selected, set the origin of the 3D cursor and mirror. Mirror. Set the origin of the 3D cursor. We rotated in object mode, so I've got to apply rotation. There it is. Okay, so that's not quite where I want it, but what I can do is I can come in here and I can just move this a little bit, like something like that. Maybe here, and I'll take this stuff, move it down a bit. Okay, then I'll take this and I'll GX, move it like this, so that we got that kind of thing going on. All right, what's going on here? Okay, I'll just take this point here and I'll move it down just a little bit, like that. And do the same thing here, just so that it's inside. Let's make sure everybody, these guys. Okay, let's flip them. Let's save. Let's check this out with the cavity shader and the shadow. Okay. I'll try sort of a metal look just to see how it's looking. All right, I do like that. So I'm going to select it all. Make sure I've saved. Control C, and let's put it in the scene. And that's what we have in the scene now. Cool. Looking something like this, I hope. All right, in the next video, we are going to just check this document here, work on some books and some binders, and that little trim there, and I think we will be done the modeling, and then we'll be able to move on to the texturing. Okay, so there's a small chance that I need to adjust scale on some of these things still, and I can do that in the later video. Okay, thanks for watching.